this is the strategy from like 1 to 5. I'd say if you're trying to get closer to agencies that are focused on enterprise brands, the first suggestion is remove the product, remove commissions, remove the partnership from any of your outbound conversations, first conversations at all. Wait till you have an ongoing conversation and let them tell you when it's time to talk about partnerships. They will already do their research on the product. They will already have, they won't do their research on the product. They'll simply say to themselves, do I have any clients using this product? And if I don't, it is irrelevant for me, right? So that being said, now you're in a situation where you say, okay, well, I have to kind of build a go-to-market sort of partnership go-to-market, meaning like you want to launch this program and you want to find 5 new partners in the next quarter, enable them, activate them, get them into a routine. So then it would be, first step is to do the data research, where it's go into the CRM, go into SQL queries if you have to. If you haven't already, Brian's probably already done something like this, but figure out which accounts that you have non-domains associated as admins, meaning if I'm
ABC agency,
there's a bunch of target.com email addresses, then there's this random one like at thestable.com. Okay, get all those figured out. Then you have to do the long tail research, which is researching customers of those agencies.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to do the either in your co-selling software or just in an Airtable or Google Sheet to start putting all the data together, which is
That's genius. I can't believe I didn't think of that. Just finding the email domains that obviously are the agencies. Sorry, I just wanted to say that was really, really smart.
Yeah, and you can, if you want this to be an ongoing practice, reach out to your head of sales. Probably have multiple heads of sales, but reach out to a couple of them and be like, hey, listen, we're trying to get this data figured out of which customers are associated with which service providers, consultants, agencies, whatever you want to call them, solutions providers. What do I have to do to get a field added to the CRM, a field added to the actual account in the CRM for which agencies are working on this account if it's not already there? Mm-hmm. And then I think Ashley Hildreth from, she's now at Tapcar, but she was at Trustpilot. She actually spiffed her salespeople when they added the partner account. So she said,
that's smart.
Give you $50 every time you find out which agency is working with that client. Just give me a name, a point of contact. Maybe you add another $50 if you get an actual point of contact, and you add it to the CRM. And then I don't know if she had this automation, but I think we were talking through it and someone suggested it, but an automation to go into a Slack channel that says when this field equals or contains anything, notify Slack, and the Slack channel is your partnership Slack channel. So you put that word out to sales, you get them to start asking on calls and customer success too, to say, are you working with an agency? Please let me know. We have this great agency program. We'd love to get them involved. And it benefits you because we'll train them. We'll get them advanced product knowledge. We'll get them all the stuff that they need to make sure they're servicing your account better than they would if they're not in contact. So that plus the analysis of just non-domains, non-customer domains in the CRM. And then you go and do your Google searches and you say, hey, give me thestable.com plus clients, case studies, customers, and you just start listing out domains and you say the stable has all of these public customers that they are talking about on their website, they're talking about in blog posts, they're talking about in whatever. You can even, I just honestly pay a virtual assistant to do this. Say, give me all of the domains of any client, customer that you can find on their website or anywhere. It could be on Target's website for some reason, and then build that database. And then you say, okay, well, now I got to figure out which ones of these that are public on their site are actual customers of ours. Then you do the reverse thing. So you imagine a sheet that says agency, where they're found or how they're found, customer, comma, 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 customers. Then which ones of those customers are Uberall users, another column. And then you can start to look at, okay, well, shared customers. Now you have known shared customers, which isn't the end of the story. That's just getting you enough of a conversation starter, right? That Target has 500 software vendors. They probably, some people have already reached out with the same pitch of like, hey, we have a shared customer. Like, let's have a call. No, it's not going to be enough.
Not compelling enough, is it?
Yeah, you have to kind of look at it and say, okay, well, now, assuming that their target, their clients is Target, they probably are after Walmart and JCPenney or whatever else, right? They're probably after these others that are our clients, right? Now you have to kind of get to marketing and say, well, what do we have coming up that is focused on these major retailers, whether it's a webinar that tries to attract their heads of marketing, or it's a content that talks about the changes in legislation or something. And you get a laundry list of what content that you have coming out that is focused on activating, acquiring, converting those big box retailers that these subset of agencies have shared accounts with you. And then you say, okay, well, I didn't see that they had Walmart on their site. I didn't see that they had other, REI or whatever else on their site. Now I'm going to compose a message and maybe even get marketing to give you the assets that they've already created for whatever that campaign is and approval. So get with Brian and get with your marketing and say, can we involve a representative at one of these top agencies in the content that's coming out, whether it's speaking on a panel, whether it's getting them into the content as just an expert opinion, or interviewing them about the same topic. And that interview becomes one of the touch points of the campaign that marketing's putting out. So marketing's doing their account-based marketing campaigns. So now you've got, back to the beginning, you've got shared accounts, then you've got customers of those agencies that are on a shared account. Then you've got, okay, lookalike customers that you don't know if they have or not. You didn't find them, or your VA didn't find them, and that's in another list. And then you go to marketing with, what are we putting together in the next 3 months that is targeting at these lookalike accounts, those types of, put them together in some vertical segment, whatever you want. And then you track that back to the agency and you say, okay, well, that agency is not a part of our partner program. They're working on this account. We assume that they want these accounts, and marketing is coming out with this stuff that's going to put us in front of those types of accounts. Now I need to figure out how I can get that agency involved in this campaign. Have marketing say, oh yeah, actually we can put a quote from them in this article. We can put maybe their CEO or their head of blank onto this panel. We're looking for an expert, as if they have like a first party data expert or something like that. Sure, if they do. Then you come up with your list of offers. So you have the quote, you got the panel spot, and there are requirements for each one. Now you go back to that agency domain and you start to gather contacts under that agency, and you say, okay, well, there's, Nick Thompson, stable head of partnerships. He's probably my number one. Then there's a head of marketing that's dealing with marketing for that agency. And that's probably number two. And then you have some lower level people, and you go out to LinkedIn, connect with them on LinkedIn. You go out to your direct messaging. You say, we're putting together this big campaign that's going to target these big box retailers. We saw you were already working with Target, but we're going to go after these others. They're a part of our account-based marketing. It's going out over the next 3 months. And I'm going to email you the opportunities that we have. And we'd love to get a few of your team members involved. Then you scrape their email, Apollo or whatever, we use Apollo, and then go back out to your email and send each one of those individuals and start with, head of partnerships, frame the conversation a little bit more like, someone on your marketing team may want this, someone on this team may want this. And by the way, we do this often. Would you like to have a conversation about this, as well as some more stuff that we have that we could help kind of win more business together? Here's my calendar for partnerships. And then please forward this on to your head of marketing. I saw someone that I'm probably going to email. It's this person in marketing. So he or she may already have this email. And then you go to that next person. Hey, I already sent Nick over at on your partnership team a similar email, but I wanted you to have this because I think you're the right person to be included in this, or I think it's under your umbrella, whatever it is. And you kind of have those individual conversations. And then you go down to the next one and the next one and the next one. Now they're going to reply and they're going to want more information and they're going to be put in contact. And then you become kind of a, moving the pieces around, getting the right people onto calls. And then you just ask them, add me to the call. So now they're saying, oh, well, this person at Uberall is bringing us this really valuable stuff. How can we do more of that? And that's the next question. And you want that kind of buying question of like, how can we do more of that? Well, that's our partner program. This is what we do.